Okay, we're recording. I'm going to do the online Jeopardy test. This is Tuesday, April 9th. We're approaching 7 o'clock Central Time. I'm going to kibitz as I do this. In the past, I've done this before where I would take the test and record myself taking it, but more or less kept mute. I don't think I'm going to do this time, mainly because I'd like to see what happens when I talk my way through things. Also, I think I could give reasonably interesting commentary so that it wouldn't be so boring to watch me type or to see how things do. This will be, goodness, the 9th time, assuming that I make it to an in-person tryout, which that could happen, but probably won't beyond that, mainly because they don't want to start an epidemic of tongue hemorrhages because they have me on Jeopardy and people try to pronounce my name, and that causes a lot of people's tongues to be torn into pieces, and a lot of deaths would be on Jeopardy's hands. So I can understand why they don't let me on. Well, here's the test. 50 different clues, 50 different categories, 15 seconds per. The test itself will complete fairly quickly. Maybe 8 minutes is typical for a whole test. Plus, I'll probably be able to get through a lot of these questions much sooner than before. You can see the countdown. After, within the near the last 30 seconds or so, they will actually play the Jeopardy think music like they do in Final Jeopardy. I think I gave my test as recorded as Chicago. There's a reasonable chance they'll probably pick me to come to an in-person tryout. Odds are actually reasonably good if you can pass this test that you'll get to go to an in-person tryout. I'd probably estimate the odds of that happening at maybe like 60%. So if you can pass the test, and this is where the where they separate out the good players from the not so good players. What's that expression? Wheat from chaff? I suppose I should learn that. Yeah. Well, I could, kvetch about various things. I just read an article on Slate by Ken Jennings about NAQT, National Academic Quiz Tournaments. This is a company that I actually had a role in helping to found. I was actually there, present at the creation for that meeting at Penn Bowl 1996, room 1006 at the Philadelphia Sheraton. It was there where David Frazee had assembled a number of prominent quiz bowlers. I was lucky enough to be in the room, although I don't know if I call myself a prominent quiz bowler then or now. But I was lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time. Point being that I was there. Hey Zachary, do you want to come in? I'm actually recording the game as we play. So Zachary is coming into the room. I'm actually recording a screen test. This is the online adult Jeopardy test. You want to see how it works? Okay. So what's going to happen is in about 4 minutes, and you'll see the countdown. You can see it counting down now, and I'm actually recording it here. You can see the right there. That's how we know we're recording this. I'm taking an online Jeopardy test. They're going to give me a category and then a clue, and then I have to give a response. It does not have to be in the form of a question. So I have to type in my response, and then I move on to the next one, and I do that 50 times, and then I'm done. And the phone is ringing. I think we're going to have to shut that off. Of course, I was afraid this might happen, but luckily it's early enough that we can do this. Who's calling?
Hi.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll get it later. Yeah. So you're going to come and watch. Okay. So we're going to, let's mute this. Okay, so the test will begin in about 3 minutes. What's that? What? Oh, you wanted the phone? Okay. There you go. Keep it quiet. Do you want to watch? Or maybe you can watch. Okay. Zachary will be back in 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Now 2:48 and counting. I suppose I should think of interesting things to say about this. Yeah, I was reading an article in Slate magazine by Ken Jennings talking about the how NAQT is basically a farm team for Jeopardy. A lot of people who get on and do well. And Zachary's handing me a... Yeah, we'll have to tape that up in a bit. Zachary is handing me something to tape to the wall, but we'll have to do that in a little bit. What are you looking for? Yeah, I don't know where it is either. So 2 minutes and counting. We're down to 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes. You don't know where the phone is? Well, we'll find it in a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, I was lucky enough to be present at the creation. I joined on as a writer. I wrote, I don't know, for maybe 15 years, questions for NAQT at a variety of levels and a variety of topics. I was actually even an editor. I was briefly the ancient history editor, very briefly. I was also a history editor for a time. And for at least 2 years, maybe or so, I was the linguistics topic editor for NAQT. And we're down to our last 90 seconds. You'll know when we're approaching it because you'll start to hear the Jeopardy theme song. And when the song ends, the test begins. From my guess here is that the overwhelming majority of people who take the test don't pass. And maybe a small majority of people who take the test go to an in-person qualifier. They have them now in about a dozen different cities across the United States. Okay, we're down to our final minute. Yeah. When it gets to 30 seconds. And I know it's exciting, but we'll do fine. I'm going to have to type very quickly.
When it gets to...
When it gets. We can actually talk about it. See if you know any of these. 30 seconds. See, you can hear the theme music. And now the Rockin' Jeopardy dance. What if you did a Fortnite dance to the Jeopardy theme music? 10 seconds. And here we go. French literature is our first clue. The Conte of Monte Cristo was written by this man. Victor Hugo, I think? Let's wait for a moment. I'll submit. Missing links. Green-eyed blank truck. Monster. So green-eyed monster and monster truck. Continue. Subatomic particles. Flavors of these include up, down, and strange. Those are quarks. Zachary, please get your elbow off my leg. Thank you. Quarks. Continuing. Women in history. She came into power after the death of her father, Ptolemy XIII. That would be Cleopatra. Continuing. Submit. Zachary. Video games. Arthur Morgan and the Vanderlinde gang are at the heart of the follow-up to this Western from Rockstar Games. Westerns? 8 seconds. I don't know.
GTA 5.
GTA 5? Really?
Yeah, I think so, because that's...
Okay, we'll say that. Rivers. It flows 1,240 miles empty into the Pacific at Astoria. I don't know. The Snake River, I guess? I'm not sure. Let's try that. Composers. In 1829, this Italian composed his famous opera William Tell. That is Puccini? I think that's right. Let's try that. Minerals. This iron ore mineral is also called fool's gold. That is known as pyrite. Poems. In Mending Wall, Robert Frost that good blank, these make good neighbors. Good fences make good neighbors. Brand name meanings. This gas brand gets its name from a badge used in heraldry. That is a chevron. Current TV. Damian Lewis plays the very wealthy Bobby Axelrod on the Showtime drama. That is Homeland. He actually won an Emmy for the role. British monarchs. On Christmas Day, he became King of England. That is William the Conqueror. Britspeak. In the U.S., it's a person who wants to sell you something, while in England, it's a lawyer. That is a barrister. Women writers. She wrote the play In the Raisin of the Sun, set in Chicago, Lorraine Hansberry. Great play. Asia. Dhaka is the capital of this country whose population is more than 140 million. That is Bangladesh. Did you know that that used to be known as East Pakistan? Yeah, I know. We got time. Metals. Bronze is a mixture of, is one of two, oh, that is an alloy. A mixture of two or more metals is an alloy. Ballet. Meaning great ballet, this company was known for its Moscow style. Bolshoi? I think that's what it is. Let's wait a moment. What's the minute? Herbs and spices. This herb is essential to classic pesto sauce. Oregano? I'm not sure. I think it's oregano. It's green. Maybe basil. Ooh! Broadway roles. Idina Menzel originated the role of Elphaba in this musical. I don't know. I'm guessing Hamilton? Not the musical I know. Do you know this? Alright, so we'll just go ahead and guess. Science fiction. I'll probably know this. This author, The Man in the High Castle, was recently adapted for television. His name is Philip K. Dick. European capitals. The Eternal City, Paris. No, wait, is that wrong? I think it's Paris. Let's wait a moment. We'll go Paris. Before and after. Historic district of New Orleans gets a classic burger from McDonald's. Big Easy Mac. Oh, I don't know. Short story. The Last Leaf is a 1907 story by this American author known for his twist endings. O. Henry. They might accept William Sidney Porter. I've got a book of his that I mean to read this year. Musical instruments. Ravi Shankar was famous for playing this Indian instrument that is called the sitar. American history. Homeless during the Great Depression called their shantytowns after this. They were known as Hoovervilles, after Herbert Hoover, who was actually Secretary of Commerce before being president. File under P. This begins with P. It means next to last, penultimate. In trivia, in the Quiz Bowl, they would call it the penultimate toss-up, the next to last toss-up. World literature. The author of Steppenwolf gave his main character, Harry Holler, the same initials as himself. Hermann Hesse, who wrote the book The Glass Bead Game. I read that, I haven't read Steppenwolf. Biology. The messenger type of this transfers the genetic information. Messenger RNA. Ribonucleic acid. Museums. Located in Madrid, it's in Spain's National Museum of Painting and Sculpture. It's known as the Prado Museum. One of these days I've got to go to see it. We'll go visit the Prado Museum in Spain sometime. Mountains. Vincent Massif is the largest mountain on this continent. That is Antarctica. Opera singers. One Italian-born member of the Three Tenors. Pavarotti, I guess. Carreras. I can spell Pavarotti. Carreras. Another one with the other one. We'll go with Pavarotti. Movie studios. Artist Robert Hunt used his son as the model for the Boy Fishing from the Moon logo used by this studio. DreamWorks. Bridges. Jeff Bridges. The Brooklyn Bridge spans this river. I don't know. I don't know this. Brooklyn River? That's not probably not right. I'm not sure. I'll guess that. World history. The Opium Wars took place in this country. It was fight fought between England and China. Yeah, good. How do you know about that? In school. Good. You teach things in school. I'm glad. Classical lit. Homer focuses much of the Iliad on this greatest Greek warrior, king of the Myrmidons. Hector? Plants and flowers. Real vanilla flavoring comes from members of this flowery family. Oh, I like that. Orchid.
I don't know how you spell.
That's how you spell orchid. I wasn't sure. We'll guess for that. Second letter X.
Oh gosh.
Any limb of the body is an extremity. We'll just go ahead and say that. Languages. I'll probably know this. Persian, the official language of Iran, is also known as this by this 5-letter name. Persian, Farsi. Yeah, I know. The periodic table. This type of lamp is named for the 6-element group. Iodine and bromine are halogens, so it's a halogen lamp. Yeah, we'll just say halogen. The orchestra. Oboes and bassoons are part of this section of the orchestra. They are part of the woodwinds. Baseball Hall of Famers. The Georgia Peach. He was one of the, he actually played for the Detroit Tigers. Ty Cobb. Although he was from Georgia and he was nicknamed the Georgia Peach. South American history. That is no, Juan Perón. Yeah, actress wife, Argentinian, overthrown 1955. Yeah, that'd be Juan Perón, not Eva Perón. U.S. government. Under Article 1 of this Constitution, U.S. House shall have sole power of impeachment? We'll say impeachment. U.S. states. Enid and Muskogee are cities in this state. Alabama? Nope. Non-fiction. John Krakauer's Into Thin Air told of a fateful expedition to this place. That is Mount Everest. International dance. We're down to our last 4 clues. This Andalusian dance features guitars and castanets. That is flamenco. Remember when we went to Silvestre this year? They had actually a Spanish theme, flamenco dancers. Taxonomy. It's about animals. It comes between phylum and order. My great King Philip came, so that is class. Compound words. It can mean to underwrite a beverage venture or the wad of paper money used to do so. Bill? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll have to just leave it like that. Novels. The title of this Hemingway novel referred to his hero's desertions of his army corps. The sun also rises. I don't know. Musical artists. Oh, Chadwick Boseman? No. What's his name? Frack. I don't remember. Oh, come on. And he won the Grammy for it. Oh, sorry. Oh, well. Well, we'll see what we did. We'll probably do an assessment of the scores when we review this video. And that's it.
Bleep that out.
Huh? Why didn't?
Bleep that out.
Well, we'll bleep it out later. Anyway, we'll save the recording. We'll pause and we'll save. So, thanks for watching.